Alrighty, so we're back. We got some more Fae content, and we got the Datamines here for Gullveig and Kvasir. They're going to be dropping in a couple of hours, like, 2 hours from now. They're going to be on the Mythic banner, so I am going to summon. However, I don't really have enough orbs to get anything for real, unless I get really lucky. So stick around for that if you're interested. Also, no Fae Pass, so no chance of sparking for your boy. But I do have to get Snake Mom here, and we have the restrictions for the new skills, very important. We also have their stats, so let's go ahead and pull that up as well. And I believe that's just about it. Yeah, that looks to be just about it. Alright, so we are going to start with the stats, as we usually do. Okay, so Gullveig and Kvasir, we can make this a little bit bigger. I hate how Reddit did this where you can't open the image in a new tab. I usually do that because it makes it easier for me to, like, increase the size. But now, anytime you open the image in a new tab, it still takes you to the Reddit page. So, god damn you, Reddit. Okay, so we're going to start with Kvasir, I guess, baby Gullveig. So, her stat line, 40 HP, 44 attack, 47 speed, 17 defense, and 26 res. So she's got more res than defense, while Gullveig's got more defense than res, which is an interesting little flip-flop there. Okay, and for her BST, I should have actually thought ahead and had the calculator brought up here. Alright, so we got here 40, 44, 47, 17, and then 26. Now, mind you, both of these are cavalry mage units. So they're going to have low BSTs relative to other units, but that's not the biggest deal. They are mythic defensive heroes, so really you just want to plop them on a defense team, and that's it. Regardless of merges or anything else, that's really all you want. Both of them grant the speed blessing as well, which can be helpful for some of your other offensive units on defense teams trying to win speed checks and the like. So 174 BST for Kvasir. Now for her Boons and Banes, let's see here. Doesn't look like anything on HP. Maybe a Super Bane on HP, actually. She's got a Super Boon on attack, which we love to see. She's got a Super Boon on speed as well. Pretty good. Alright, 17 minus 4. That is 13. That's nothing. And then 26 minus 4. That may be a Super Bane on res. So, Banes on HP and res, and then Boons on attack and speed. Perfectly fine. Alright, next up, Mommy here. Snake Mom. With them thick thighs designed to coil around guys. Alright, so we got here 37 HP. We got 45 attack. We got 47 speed. We got 27 defense. And then we have 18 res. So another 174. Both of them have the same BST overall. Pretty much you could just see it right here. Their stat lines are extremely similar. And it looks like for Boons and Banes here for Gullveig. So maybe a Bane on HP. I think 22 is a Bane. I don't remember the numbers correctly for Banes, but Boons I do know is 10, 19, 30, and 34. Or 10, 19, 30, and 39. And we have a Super Boon on attack for Gullveig, which is very good. Let's see, for speed, looks... Oh, no Boon on speed. That kind of sucks. But I guess it is what it is. Gullveig's already fast enough. Who cares, really? 27 defense. Minus 3 is 24, so that's nothing. And then res is also nothing. So only a Super Boon on attack for Gullveig, while Kvasir's got attack and speed. Very interesting, but would you really want this unit to have a Super Boon on speed? It's only one extra point, but we've gotten to this era in the meta where every single point matters. When you can run X skills that are giving you speed up too, a la Echo... What is it called again? Echo Remote? Or... That's not what it's called. The one that gives you 30% DR and then plus 2 speed. Like, at this point, units are just getting speed for free out of their Echo skill. So, any point in speed is going to help at this point. So, I would prefer her to have the Super Boon than not. Both of these units are disgusting, by the way. Particularly Gullveig, who is just Fallen Edelgard, or Summer Edelgard on wheels. So, how about a cavalry range type unit that can take triple actions, that can melt the enemies with a ton of free pre-combat damage with Flared Sparrow, with the new Poison Strike Occultist, whatever it is. Free damage there. You can run the Triandra as well, Attune Triandra, to add more burn damage before the attack actually happens. This unit just does way too much damage for free. So, like, don't be fooled by the fact that she can't pierce DR or cut DR or any of that nonsense. Who really cares anymore about that? And that was never even an issue for the Brave Gullveig in the first place. So, I don't know what else to say other than thank God she's a defensive mythic hero and not something else. Like, could you imagine this being a legendary hero and you'd have to fight her at +10 in arena all the time? Like, that would not be fun. So, at least they limited her slightly with making her a defense mythic. Although, she's going to be very powerful on defense teams. So will Kvasir. They're both really good defense mythic heroes because they can run on cav lines really effectively. But really where you would want them is offense, I would say. They would have been fantastic offensive mythic heroes, and it would have just applied so much pressure to defense teams to be able to try to deal with them. So there you guys go. That is my breakdown on them. And when it comes to fodder, they're both just absolute clinics on fodder skills. So Occultist Strike, this is the new B skill that's going to be on Gullveig, and this is like God tier for your cavalry type range units. Now let's see what the restrictions are here. Okay, the prerequisite is Poison Strike 3, which is so easy to get. I believe Sizo comes with that. We can go ahead and quickly double check here. Sizo has been in the game since day one, right? And Demote Sizo probably has this. Yes, he does, as I thought. So there's also a bunch of other units that have it, although Matthew and Kaze are both 5-star with it, so you'd have to level them up to 5-star. Whereas Clarice and Sizo just come with it at 4-star. Clarice is a GHB, but Sizo, you probably have like 1 billion copies of Sizo lying around in your combat manuals. So every single time you want to fodder off this new B skill from Gullveig, it's going to be very easy to do that. So this is going to be one of the premier skills you're going to want to pass on to your rearmed and attuned heroes, so they can just daisy chain it to everybody else in your barracks, essentially, every time you get a merge for them. This skill is so dumb, by the way. Like, it's giving you the 7 free damage pre-combat. Then it also does stat drops, and right here, I feel like this was so unnecessary. So it also deals bonus damage based on 20% of the foe's res. Was that even... did we need that? Like, you take this sentence out of this equation here, and it's just like 7 free damage at the start of combat, and then speed and res -4. I think that would already have been sufficient. Like, it did not need to do 20% damage based on the foe's res. That's like just adding too much. So here we go. This new B skill is on the same level as Special Spiral 4 and like the Tempo level 4s, except this one is for cavalry mages, it looks like. So bows cannot get it. Staffs and daggers can't get it either. It's only for tome types. Well, I mean, sure enough, only tomes would want the speed and res decrease. Maybe the one that does like speed and defense would be available to bows and daggers. I don't know. It's very interesting, but regardless, your cavalry tome type units that lacked a good B skill up until now are going to be able to run this. So Premier Fodder, one of the best fodder skills you can go for right now, and it gives a lot of value to Gullveig. She also has Flared Sparrow as well, which is really easy to get to. So you could pick up both at the same time. Let's take a look at Swift Sparrow here. I'm pretty sure Kiragi has it, and he is a demote. So let's see. There's no shortage of units that have Swift Sparrow. We're particularly focusing on the demotes. Felix has it as a Grand Hero battle option, but I wouldn't recommend using him. It's very heavy on the investment. Let's see. Baby Innies has it, but again, he's a Tempest Trial, so you don't want to waste like Grails to do that. All right, Kiragi's a 4-star demote. He does have it, but you got to level him up to a 5-star, which is not a big deal. The feathers are in such hot demand, right? Well, not hot demand. They are in such, like, hot uptake. I guess I don't even know what I'm trying to say. You get them so hotly. Like, you just get feathers for everything you do. So, I've never been in a feather shortage since, like, maybe year 1. I've been playing since the day the game came out, and I've never really felt short on feathers other than the first year of the game. So, very easy to just get Swift Sparrow too, and that means you can pick up Poison Strike or Occultist Strike and also Flared Sparrow as a fodder pickup with any copy of Gullveig that you get. So you're just decking out your cavalry tome types pretty badly there, or pretty badassly there. Oh, it's not just locked to cavalry too. It's only locked out of physical damaging weapons and also staffs, too. So dragons can get this. Interesting. Why would dragons want to have this, though? They could run Special Spiral 4 if they want to, but I guess this is a nice mix-up. Yeah, because, like, in the event that dragon or the enemy has effects that can prevent you from using specials, like Veil support, for example, to get the Scowl, or the enemy just naturally has Scowl, it's hard. It can be hard to use Special Spiral 4 sometimes, or if they've got Temera or, like, other pulse effects, like also from Baby Mark's duo skill and Baby Ike's duo skill and things like that. So there are times where Special Spiral 4 is not as easy to upkeep as some of the other, like, damage reduction, piercing skills, or, like, big damage dealing skills like this one right here. So, wow, very interesting restrictions. You'll be able to give this to a lot of rearmed heroes, too. So it's a good thing it's not cavalry locked. It's just basically Tomes and Dragons are the only ones who can get this. So you could give this to Arcane Grima. You give this to Ophelia. Who else is an Arcane Tome unit? Well, there's only one Arcane Dragon. I guess Sonya as well. The rearmed Sonya is a possible option too. And then there's Plumeria as well. Yeah, the Arcane Plumeria. So there's quite a lot of Tome units that are rearmed heroes you'd be able to give this to and pass it around. So very nice stuff there with the restrictions. And is there anything else we need to know? Let's see. Oh, Insight, Attack, and Speed. So here is the other passive that's going to be insane, right? So Insight, Attack, and Speed, from what I can gather, this is basically just going to be the C skill of choice from this point forward for cavalry range types. They were not able to run Oath 4 or also the Alarm level 4s. So being able to run this now is going to be very nice. So your Reinhardts, your Legendary Veronicas, and your Duo Shamirs, and all those insane cavalry-type range units that you've been running. Now they have a good C-skill option for raising stats, as opposed to just running, like, a mix-up C-skill, like maybe a Feud skill, or, like, Pulse Smoke, or Fatal Smoke, or something like that. So it is nice to just get stats out of the C-skill, and this is locked only to infantry and cavalry types. Infantry is really nice. So this being available to infantry means more rearmed heroes are able to get it. So again, your Arcane Ophelias and things like that. Also, another one who could get this is Alchrist. So there's quite a lot of good units to give this to. And if we go ahead and take a look at Rouse, Attack, and Speed, I believe Hans is able to give that out. Let's see here. Rouse, Attack, and Speed should be on Hans, right? Yeah, it's on Hans. And that's unfortunately pretty much the only thing that's accessible for most players. You're going to have to spend heroic grails to get this, but at least it's available, and he is a Grand Hero Battle, so they do reruns for him every so often, so you'll be able to get extra copies. If you merged him up to plus 10, though, this is going to be out of the question, because it's going to cost you a pretty penny on heroic grails to get additional copies past plus 10. So that's going to be an RIP, but if for those that did not build Hans, they can readily access this for the most part with just a little bit of grail investment, or just having the copies laying around if you still do. So very good B skill and also C skill that we got on this banner. Going to really put the new cavalry range types over the top. And also, this Kvasir had Lull Speed and Res 4, which should have the exact same restrictions as the original Lull Speed and Res. So infantry and cavalry only, essentially. And that pretty much covers us for this video, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. All hell is about to break loose because this unit is so busted. But what are you going to do? I mean, that is the nature of power creep. I'd rather the units be busted and fun than just be, like, busted in a very boring way. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, as long as it's fun to play with the units, I certainly don't mind. So that's going to wrap us up for this video, guys. Stick around because, of course, later on I will be summoning on the banner. And this is your boy Tasho signing out, so take care, fellas. I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.